This is the fourth and last part in a series documenting our great eastern half of the Trans-America Trail. Again, I was riding my 2022 Yamaha Tenere 700 and Billy Oliver was on his KTM 890 Adventure. When we left off last time, we were just getting into Andrews, North Carolina. And today is day 10, April 7th, which is a Sunday. We left Andrews and headed towards Tellico Plains. We'll end up in Cleveland, Tennessee. We left about 9:24 from Andrews. It was 36 degrees. It was a little chilly, but we knew the temperature was going to warm up fairly quickly. It was just a beautiful day and a great ride in the Tellico Plains. Anyway, we had an awesome adventure through the Nantahala National Forest and then into the Cherokee National Forest. I tried to put a lot of subtitles on the various roads and sites we came across to let you know where we were. Just had to share that little clip of the creek and the water rushing underneath the little bridge. This is on Little Snowbird. We're probably halfway between Andrews and Tellico Plains at this point.
out, you don't feel it.
That's right.
You know how to kind of hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
My 4-year-old asked me to go on
Let's go
next
get
birthday.
You got it out.
They're gonna be on Red Monkey Adventures.
There you
Next
go.
year.
Okay.
Because he'll turn 5 in September.
That's way more stuff.
One time one of mine, we had them little with the Honda.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a store.
How many days y'all
built
been
on-
out?
We started on Good Friday. We were 52 in We arrived in Tellico Plains around 2 p.m., had a nice visit there with a group of around 8 to 9 Harley riders at a gas station. Again, they seemed very interested to learn about our great Trans-America Trail adventure. We didn't stay there very long because we knew we had the treacherous and infamous Witt Road creek crossing ahead of us. Found several other creeks there along Witt Road. And when we get to Witt Road, of course, we stopped there to consider the best route. I had made the crossing on my KTM 500 on an earlier trip. Of course, this was a lot different with a fully loaded T7. None to it. You want adventure? Now we'll go to the bad one. Anyway, we're just now coming up to the crossing there on Witt Road. As we stop there to ponder the best route, again, this is when it's probably 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 Jeeps rode through, and you see one of them seemed to get stuck there for just a second. This video is on like 1.8 to 2 times speed. All that planning,
All that planning for nothing.
nothing. I did put my feet down though.
You had to.
Yeah.
It was slick. It was slick, real slick.
What can we help you with?
You got a jump box by chance?
All of the drivers and riders in the Jeeps, of course, waited around to watch us make the crossing. So we had quite an audience. In any event, we successfully crossed, and there was a guy there I think he was on a Kawasaki Versys, who had gone down and hydro-locked his motorcycle. We made sure that he had help on the way, and we continued on. At the point where we were starting to think about a place to stay, and I thought maybe we could find something in Reliance, Tennessee. We got there around 4:30. But as you know, if you've been to Reliance, there's basically a gas station and a post office. We met 3 young guys. A couple of them had girlfriends with them on 1000cc Honda CBRs, who also seemed genuinely intrigued by our adventure. and they offered to escort us to Cleveland, Tennessee, which, of course, is another slight detour, about 20 miles, to find us a motel. We ended up in Cleveland for the night, 4 creek crossings on the day, but only 144 miles. So on day 11, April 8th, we left Cleveland, Tennessee, and headed south. We rode through Chattanooga, down into Georgia, then back into Tennessee, then down into Alabama, and we ended up in Lawrenceburg. Sadly, again, we had to take another detour because it was pouring rain. Here in a minute, we are going to make it to another fairly treacherous and sketchy river crossing. Here in a minute, we are about to pass the Mount Zion Methodist Episcopal Church South, also known as apparently the Mount Zion United Methodist Church. It's a historic church in Lawrence County, Tennessee, near the Fall River community. Apparently it was built in 1885, replacing a log church that had been destroyed in a fire. And we're hoping that we're not going to the right. Let's go left. Oh, crap. We'll get back with you. That's where sitting there pondering this crossing, a local in a 4-wheel drive truck came down the road, and I asked him if I could jump in the back and actually look down into the water just to kind of check it out. Anyway, he did drive me all the way across this creek, and then we turned around and came back. We were successful. just to go ahead and jump ahead, we ended up again in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. It rained off and on. Ended up with 250 miles on the day. And since we had not had Mexican food in over 20 hours, Billy insisted that we eat Mexican food again. Adventure, we got it.
Yeah.
Cowan, Tennessee. It's raining.
A little.
15 minutes later, the rain stopped, but we are prepared for the rain, snow, and hunting.
We're ready, but Brian quit.
Let's go.
We tied up the chain, too.
Change time.
gonna tell you what, we're getting to see America like hardly very few people gets to see it. All in these backwoods, boy, it's just beautiful. There ain't nothing as beautiful as America. All everywhere we've been.
We're on Sherfield Road, Sherfield Road. All right, lead the way.
And we've been told that you cannot go through this.
Someone told us that today that we should not try it.
So we're gonna do the right thing, and we're gonna turn around and find another crossing.
Day 12, April 9th, left Lawrenceburg. Rain again. It was 57 degrees. It's actually just a light rain, which followed us almost all day. After the detour at Knobs Creek, we ended up in Waterloo, Alabama. Took a wrong turn and actually went on the roughest section of the entire TAT, which was just some county road there near Waterloo. Found miles of pretty yellow canola flowers and fields outside of Savannah. And we ended up in Counts, Hardin County, Tennessee, after crossing the Pickwick Lock and Dam. It's actually the Tennessee River. We ended up getting the last room available at the Hampton Inn. 189 miles on a day, and it was still raining. month, April 10th, we left Counce, Tennessee, and we're headed south towards Mississippi. There was a light rain when we left Counce, and we already knew that a powerful storm was coming, which stretched from Texas all the way to Tennessee. It was pouring rain by the time we got into Mississippi. Because of the heavy rain and flooding, of course, we stayed on pavement. We finally got to a point around noon where we were just desperately looking for the closest possible motel. After 100 miles in the rain, we landed in Pontotoc, Mississippi to try and dry out. We again confirmed that our rain gear was not rainproof. We spent all that day watching the weather and then even into the next day watching weather updates till finally we were able to make a break for it. Day 14, April 11th, we left Pontotoc and headed to the Isle of Capri. That was actually our goal that day. Around 2 p.m., after the rain had finally stopped, and there was still a 25% chance, this is when we actually left. Fortunately, it did not rain, and we got to hit some of the famous Mississippi mud and ride through the Mississippi Delta. It was very, very windy that day. Again, we ended up at the Isle of Capri on the Mississippi River across from West Helena, Arkansas. 137 miles on the day. Day 15, April 12th, that was a Friday. We left the Isle of Capri, crossed the Mississippi into Arkansas. Here in a minute, we found our way to the Tat Stop in Trenton, Arkansas. Had a nice visit with Mr. Kale, his son and son-in-law, and of course, we signed the book. If you know, you know. When we began our great Tat adventure, our goal was to make it to the Arkansas-Oklahoma border on our eastern half of the Tat. But shortly after making it to the Tat Stop, we headed south from Arkansas, crossed Louisiana, then made it back home to southeast Texas. Our plan is to return in a couple of months to the Tat Stop and continue and ride the western half of the Trans-America Trail. Again, we cut it off there in eastern Arkansas due to the fact that we had lost at least 3 days, 2 of which were in Burnsville because of the cold. Lost another full day because of rain in various spots. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Beautiful day.
Y'all come on, sign our book here.
All right, yeah. I know Louisiana and Texas are not on the Trans America Trail, but it was on our Trans America Trail. The next few clips or the remainder of the video is just a few shots of us crossing, well, part of Arkansas, again, all the way across Louisiana and back home to Southeast Texas. I think I put this in the subtitles, but we did 477 somewhat painful hours on almost all pavement other than the little bit there in Arkansas up to the TAT stop. Total miles from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina to Kuntz, Texas there in Hardin County, Texas was 2,653 miles. Our plan was to return to this TAT stop in late August and do the western half of the TAT. Well, anyway, thanks for riding along. See you next time on the western half.
Oh, my ears, I think, have been folded back.